सगरमाथाका पहिलो आरोही मध्येका एक सर एडमण हिलारीकी नातिनी एमिलिया रोज हिलारी तेन्जिङ हिलारी एभरेस्ट म्याराथनको ब्रान्ड एम्बेसडर बन्नुभएको छ। प्रस्तुत छ उहाँसँग गरिएको छोटो कुराकानी।
It's a great honour to become part of the marathon. I was able to witness the race last month actually, and I saw it when it first began in 2003, and it's such an exciting event. And it's such, for me, I believe it is a great event for Nepal to host because it shows a characteristic of this country being one of the highest countries on the planet and hosting the Himalayas. But then also it's a great international event because it brings people together in goodwill to have a bit of fun, a bit of competition, but it's all in good spirit, and it's a great thing for Nepal to host, particularly since Nepal is moving into a new chapter, so to speak. Oh, I'm enjoying it. Like one of the first things we had was a party, so I'm having a great time. I had a couple of questions on whether I'll run the marathon or not. That may be a possibility, but I'm not sure about that. It's a very big race, and the man who's won it the last 3 times has got a hat trick. He's got it the last 3 years, so I think there's some stiff competition. You need to train up for the race. But I'm really excited just to be an ambassador because I can go overseas and I can speak about the race and bring more people to Nepal so they can see this beautiful country and enjoy it. Well, my main focus is, I guess, promotion, internationally mainly, so abroad. I think it is a great thing for many people to be involved in, whether it be private citizens coming over just because they want to try this amazing race, but also for countries to really get involved in. This year the Indian Army had some runners, and I think that's a great sort of political friendship happening there, and as I said, it's in goodwill. It's a great race to do it, so I'd like to see more European countries get involved. I'd like to see my own country, New Zealand, maybe send over some people and really get it to what it is, an international event. Well, I think the thing is you've got to keep in mind that the government has just reformed, so you can't expect all of a sudden miracles to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I think there are great steps going towards the celebrating May 29th. It became an official day this year. It became International Sagamata Day, and I think that's a great step. Of course, more support and funding, and it can make it a really great event, and that is needed at the end of the day. And one of the great things about it is it extends the tourism season. People who would usually be leaving the country at this time due to the monsoon coming in, there are people coming because they want to, say, be a part of the marathon or be part of celebrations here in Kathmandu, and I think that's a great thing for the country to really support, and likewise the government to support, and I'm very sure that they will. I've spoken with many members of the government, many members of the tourism board, and I think everyone's really excited about it. It's just a lot of fun basically, but it's so worthwhile. It helps this country, it helps show this country, and gives everyone involved a great time, whether they are actually working on the event and behind the scenes, they're running the event, or they're just a spectator. Bazaar went off on May 29. It was a great celebration, and I think that is a great... Well, he wasn't a marathon runner, so if I do that, I've on him. But the thing is, Everest, I enjoy climbing. I was climbing Alps last year with my father, Peter, who had actually just flown off to Alaska to climb Mount McKinley, so his final of the 7 summits. But something that I grew up in a mountaineering family, so I've been very experienced with climbing and with climbers and the risk of climbing. If you're on a mountain and something goes wrong, it's very serious. It's not like if something goes wrong maybe at sea level or in our day-to-day lives. It is very, very serious because the chance that you make a mistake, and it might just be not putting your foot down properly on the ice and slipping, the chances are you'll die. And not only you, but you might pull other people off. You might affect other people, and this is very serious. And if you go onto a mountain going, oh, well, I've climbed little peak over here and a little peak over there, I'm going to do Everest now. It's ridiculous, and it's very dangerous for the community, the mountaineering community, because it is a mountaineering community, and that's part of the greatness of mountaineering. But it's a responsibility as well, and so I take that seriously. So for me, I would love to maybe one day give it a go, but only if I could climb myself. I don't want to be dragged up. I want to climb myself, and I don't want to risk other people's lives. I want to enjoy it to an extent as well. The first time was in 2003 for the Golden Jubilee. So back then I was 12 years old, and it was a great time to come to the country because Nepal was just ecstatic. It was just buzzing. There were so many people here from all over the world celebrating the climb of Everest. It became a huge international event, the Golden Jubilee. And my grandfather was here, and my father was here, my aunt was here, my entire family was here. So it was really the best time for me to be introduced to this country, because it really was the best of the best. Sadly, this is only my second time. It's pretty hopeless, actually. But that's why I'm so excited to really be getting involved in more activities here. Not just the ones that my grandfather did, mainly the humanitarian work up in the Solo Khumbu region, but like the Everest Marathon, other activities that Nepal has that I or my family can be involved in. I love the idea, and specifically with me, it means that I'll be coming back here. It means that guaranteed for the next 5 years I will be here at the Everest Marathon, and so that means I'll be spending the month of May here. Hopefully I'll be doing Island Peak next year. So getting a lot more time in not only Kathmandu but Nepal in general, and hopefully I might get some Nepali up, which would be good. There are huge changes in this country, and well, up in the sort of, say, the Everest Base Camp trek trail, it's incredible. Namche has just boomed. It used to be a small town, so to speak, but now it's not at all. It's incredible. There are internet cafes, and it's all got hot water, plumbing, electricity, and the town is just incredible. The masonry work, everything, and it's grown. And you've seen that on the entire Everest Base Camp trail. So it's very interesting to witness that. It just shows you that if you put good infrastructure into a place, if you put good education, basic medical, help supply the roads and protect the environment, people just flourish and the area flourishes. And I think you can see that in the Khumbu. And then here in Kathmandu, it's growing, it's becoming a bit more international. I think there are signs, though, of the recent troubled times in both regions, but I think Kathmandu was hit harder, so to speak, and that's normal. Nepal has gone through a transitional period. You don't go from a monarchy to democracy in one day, and I've kept telling people over and over again, Nepal should be so proud of the process, the democratic process here. It has happened very smoothly and quite bloodlessly. And most countries have not been able to do that. Even European countries. Look at France. When France went through the same process, they ended up guillotining half their aristocracy. We did not see that in Nepal. My grandfather came here every year. He was, honestly, you could not see a war. I heard 2 days ago that there were riots in Kathmandu, and I haven't seen one of them. This country is doing it in a very peaceful way, and even if the people don't necessarily agree, they go, well, we don't go and burn down houses like some countries do. Nepal has gone, well, we'll do maybe a rally, a protest, but we've got to keep building Nepal. We've got to keep moving on with life, and that is such a forward-thinking thing to do, and the country should be really proud of that. I'm very proud of this country for its process. Well, I think climate change is a huge issue because it's not just something that's happening within Nepal or the Himalaya, it's a worldwide issue. The global warming is something that even if Nepal worked on and the rest of the world didn't, nothing would happen. And so it is one of those issues Nepal should really, or the government should, behind different conferences that are being held around the world and really get behind those and encourage people here to get behind different measures. There are simple things you can do. One of them is rubbish. Try and not buy as many wasteful products and recycle it and do your littering properly. This actually helps Everest. It's all a sort of a round circle and it's all connected, and I think everyone can do something, and I think it's very, very important that people do things. And then on top of that, the mountaineers, of course, they have a more direct effect on Everest, but it's not so much climate change. I guess that's more the littering and the wasteful products. But bringing those down, it's the same thing. Everyone can do their part with climate change, and I think the most important thing is to support the conferences that are going on around the world and listen to what they say. And one of the things is we've got to be worried about petrol, not just because of the cost, but because of the effect it has on the environment. So use less cars. Maybe if it's just around the corner, walk. And like I've seen the buses here, people take buses. That's an excellent way to do it. They're encouraging that in Europe because it means that there is less fuel being used and also less exhaust fumes being emitted into the atmosphere.